coming in when they played Cloud9, and some of their defensive setups had been weak on these maps, and they came out swinging, and they looked great. And obviously, Virtus.pro is a whole different animal than the Cloud9 that we've seen at this tournament, but Mouz definitely shows the preparation that they've put into it.
And look at this, going really fast towards the A bomb site. Actually not slowing down. They have the grenades, but they don't even set up outside. They're just going hard and fast in towards the A bomb site. Flashbangs over as well. Bomb going to be planted. And look at this great bomb plant position here from GOB. You have to love that, because that's going to make this retake so much harder for VP. Not planning default. They are right at the ramp towards CT. Spawned by Ali coming around the corner, but the flashbang in. They're going to overwhelm. But look at this, Mousesports playing so well. But then Pasha with a great double return. I'm not sure how they made it out of this. Pasha landing a third headshot, and now it's all up to Chris J. And here, the bomb plant is going to help him so much. Neo has the kit. The smoke is going to be up, and he's going to try and go for it. And Chris is down. That's a fourth headshot from Pasha, and the round is won from Virtus.pro. Please help me understand why Mouz did not win that round, because that looked so good.
I mean, there's only one explanation, and that's Pasha going absolutely insane. They had the perfect setup. They had pushed towards CT spawn, denying that avenue for the retake. That pop flash, like you said, was beautiful for him, but Pasha was just a force to be reckoned with, and just went on a tear with those headshots.
That is insane. I mean, it's so good. The bomb plant is incredible, because usually people do the default plant and then they end up falling back to ramp, and they can actually have a hard time holding off the defuse. But they did everything right. They even pushed CT spawn to deny the control there, and then Pasha headshot 4 people and won the round. There's no accounting for that, is there?
No, I mean, sometimes you do everything right, and it's just those individual plays, and that's part of the strength that Virtus.pro has. And between all their players that can do things like that, Neo's going to get a pair of kills on the Seiko round, leaving just Legia and GOB with not much left to do here.
Pasha will take him out. And GOB finding Neo, who's dancing up on top of the railing, then still ends up getting the kill, Neo, with the triple. And that's Virtus.pro losing no members at all in the second round here. Mousesports did get the bomb down, so they can afford some sort of buy going into the GOB. Doesn't have that much, but maybe not the end of the world. And he's actually going to go for armor and tech line instead.
Oh, and we see an AK being brought out pretty late, so this is turning into...
Wow, I thought they'd buy on a lot more people here.
Yeah, that is interesting. They buy that. We saw this. They did this against Cloud9 yesterday. Is they kept applying pressure very much. You know, they kept buying and force buying. A lot of Tech 9s came out, keeping the economy from building on the opposing side until eventually 6 or 7 rounds in they were able to break it. Maybe that's what they're trying to do here.
Yeah, I'm looking for Chris, trying to see what kind of smoke he's going to be throwing. This looks like it might be sort of a fake towards the middle, and then they end up going. But they have the smokes up here as well to go into the B bomb side. You can see 2 other people setting up. That's GOB and Nico getting ready for it. Chris is the only one really throwing a smoke. I'm not sure that's going to sell it too much. I think VP won't really necessarily buy it, but if it can force Neo to rotate closer to middle to check it out, that might be great. So here's the smoke going into it. Actually, it's going to land a little bit further back than I thought, so great job here. Neo has to run close, and that's what they want. They got pistols. They want him to be close here. Neo spraying and missing as well. He gets the 1 kill in, but coming around the corner, Tabson will take him out. Snack still playing close with the MP9. Goes down. That's Tabson with a double kill, and right now Mousesports have the advantage. Legia are going to take down Taz, and it's all on by Ali, 1v3 at this point in time. Great strategy coming out from Mousesports.
Yeah, beautifully executed. That smoke forcing Neo to run through it right into a flashbang, so he was put out of action for some time, not able to land those shots and take B very, very effectively. And now they've the salvaged Colt, and Bialy's forced to jump out of the window and go for it, but Tabson's going to pick it up, and that's a 3rd round win on a force buy here for Mousesports.
Really well done. And that grenade from Chris J really working out. I was wondering if they would, I was wondering if they're going to try and put it into the window, try and just sell some sort of fake, but that idea was obviously miles better.
It worked perfectly, and that's the preparation they've put in that you talked about. You know, canceling some events, having a little bit of a boot camp, and
what are they up to now? Quick grenade up, not really going to soften anyone up, and Virtus.pro being pretty aggressive on the middle here. That's what we're talking about. When they have the confidence, they'll try and do it, see if it's going to work. But Mouz are so well prepared. Got 2 people here ready and waiting. And counter grenades are going to come up from either side. VP going to fall back just a tiny bit.
Yeah, it's no surprise that Virtus.pro likes to do this. It's no secret that they enjoy doing it. They want to be aggressive on the map. And you can see what they do is they keep 1 player in that A bomb site. And when it's Bialy, he normally likes to play in the bomb site. When it's Taz as the solo player over at A, he's usually playing towards the A ramp.
It's a lot of time being spent here by Mousesports, just waiting and getting ready to see if VP are going to go anywhere, if they're going to push them, and they sort of, you know, they put them back in the middle, smoke up into the window, and that lands perfectly. It's worth taking note of, because even at a pro level, people sometimes fail that smoke, and it can be completely detrimental to the whole round. But this one works quite well, and you can see there's 3 people still in A, while Mousesports are going to hit the B bomb site. So Neo and Snacks, and especially with Neo jumping, I think Snacks is going to be hard to predict here in this corner. Flashing on through, he's not shooting anyone yet. There's the 1 kill, goes for a double, still got 5 bullets left. Triple kill, Snacks, the specialist player at the B. I think we did mention it, and now he's got the AK in hand, and the whole Mousesports push has been destroyed at this point in time. Chris, the last man, he goes down and then got B to die. That's a quad kill from Snacks.
A beautiful setup from Neo and Snacks over there. The bait and switch, almost, you said it, they wouldn't expect him to be there, don't clear it. He's had numerous rounds like that. Even on pistol rounds we've seen, he's always got that crazy clip, but there he just keeps being sneaky, works her way further along in those halls around another smoke, and a beautiful job from him. Yeah,
you could almost say that these 2 boxes are where the players would normally play. If the default setup would be one guy checking hallways and another guy playing towards mid so he can help out. Because the great thing about middle on this map is you do have the sort of 3-way crossfire in here. Aggressive take, and actually somehow Tabson gets 2 kills there. He jumped in alone, more or less. That, I think, is not supposed to work that well.
Just taking those 50-50 fights, meeting aggression with aggression, and they win that one. But it is still just down to a 3-on-3, and it's actually pretty even in terms of health, so a lot of work still to do. But Virtus.pro players, look how spread out across the map they are. There's 1 in A, there's 1 in mid, and 1 in B. So Taz is going to have to be on a quick rotate here, and it's a very low HP player at A. Bialy is going to have a lot of work to do here coming up.
Yeah, they don't have any grenades, any Molotovs to bring him out of this corner, so that's the one thing he's got going for him. He needs a quick headshot here, and he's going to get it on God B first. That's a bomb down as well, 50 seconds. Double kill from Bialy, ends up going down, and then Taz is there with a quick return, and that worked better than I thought it would have.
It absolutely did for me, too, and that's surprising, but Bialy just making those plays. He gets that first headshot, and the second player just has such low HP, so great performance from him, and we've seen a lot. I mean, Pasha on that pistol round, and Bialy there, and then Snacks on that round. A lot of just so much individual strength on this Virtus.pro lineup.
And that is a good way to get the ball rolling for them. 4-1, although it's been some really close rounds, some of them. So right. It's not like Mousesports, you know, maybe round-wise they're a little bit behind here, but it feels like they have their heads in the game very, very much at the moment. Oh, Molotov way too far back here. Snack's going to be careful. AK in hand, going to get the 1 kill. Keeps dodging and diving in a good double. Neo stealing one of those, I think. And Tabson going to go straight for the bomb plant. So it's a big victory here for Mousesports.
Definitely. That's all they needed is that plan. And so much going to fall from this, but that means they're going to be able to buy up. We haven't seen that AWP come out yet on Chris J. And that might be, I don't even know if he'll have money after this round. The money bonus is going to help out, so he might be able to pick one up. But wow, yeah, actually getting a nice frag there at the end. So they actually do really decent damage as well. 3 players go down for Virtus.pro, and that's going to be a little bit of a dent in the economy.
Yeah, big loss actually. And we'll see if Chris, because you're right, hasn't just had the 1 kill so far. Still not going to go for the. Oh, there we go. Getting purchased by Tabson instead. Which means no head armor on 2 of the players, which is a big deal when you play the T side.
Right, but on the other hand, you have Snacks and Pasha picking up 2 ops of their own, so here comes that double sniper setup on the defensive side, and more mid-control. Another aggression from Bialy here. They pop flash him back, and there's Taz playing close to the smoke. He loves this at the ramp. He's going to get 1 through it. He's going to stay aggressive, though.
Oh, yeah, and actually ends up going down. Chris will take down Neo, so the investment into that AWP working out quite well. Another problem is now they have to retake with 2 sniper rifles, and that is just a lot less fun than it could be. Chris taking out Pasha as well is looking really good. Finally, Snacks coming up with a kill here, and Chris J is going to be gone, but he did a lot while he was alive. Now it's a 2v3 retake. Again, Mousesports planning in pretty decent positions, considering the after plants that they have right here. Snacks almost with the shot. That's dangerously close. And Tabson returning some damage, and VP going to have to fall back.
Definitely. I mean, we talked about that eco run they just had where they got 3 kills in the plant. That's a lot of money used up by Virtus.pro here. So saving these guns for another battle. Pasha will be able to buy. Neil will have a tight buy, but saving it for the next round. And that's the important round for Mouz. Giving up this round is okay, but they can reset the economy here coming up.
And a bit of a pause being called for at 5-2, so it's really some minor issue going into it. Yeah, that was, again, VP, they do try and go for that aggressive mid-control, but Mousesports seems to be prepared for it. Even if they don't get the frags on them coming up, they're holding them back. They're denying them that much control in the middle.
Well, and it might be also why we see them playing very aggressive over towards the A site. They know Virtus.pro likes to commit 2 to 3 players up mid very aggressively early on, and they're trying to use that gap in the defense to get into the A bomb site rather quickly. And all their takes on over there on that site have been aggressive. They've been pushing forward into the bomb site, not staying far back. They've been trying to eliminate that 1 or 2 players that are holding it passively.
I'm looking forward to seeing if Mousesports are going to keep, because they've had a couple of rounds to B as well, and there are actually some teams playing T side on this map. especially recently, that almost ignore the B bomb side. It seems where all the takes are for A. I guess the reasoning is that there are so many variations of an A take on this map that that it's fair enough that you can almost spend 15 rounds attacking 15 different ways and just ignore the B bomb side. But I'm happy to see the Mousesports are using both, because it's going to make life a little bit rougher for Virtus.pro if they have to focus on both equally at least.
Right, you have to keep the defense honest so they can't cheat over towards the bomb site. And one team who's always been good on Mirage and kind of, it's been that way where B kind of feels like it gets ignored a lot, was Fnatic actually started hitting B very, very well during their reign of supremacy.
Yeah, they sort of they ushered in the era of the B rush that for the longest time nobody could hold.
Right.
For some reason, it's a very simple flashbang. If you go and search on YouTube, you're going to find a million videos. But essentially, you can throw sort of a running flashbang that banks off the edge of this, and this jumps right in through the window. And that's all Fnatic did. They did that, and anyone playing close or by the truck here, which other flashbangs are going to rain in, they just seem to get shut down all the time.
Right.
Very, very effective push. But I don't know, especially with the skyboxes being opened up and just generally the skybox over here has always been possible to throw grenades over. There are a lot of options for different things over at the B bomb side.
Yeah, especially that B take we just saw Mousesports do. That was on that force buy on the third round was insane.
Snacks is saying it's going to be 10 minutes. Taz is saying it's going to be 1 hour before we're ready. I'm not sure if that's
somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, anywhere between 10 minutes and 1 hour. Fair enough. But early on, how many rounds do you think Mousesports need on this T side? I mean, right now they're 3 rounds behind. Is it a big problem for them, do you think?
No, this early on, 2 rounds already, and they've looked good. I mean, even some of the rounds that they've lost, the pistol round especially, it looks like they have a good plan coming into this match. So 2 rounds here, getting up to 5 would be great for them. They've had some halves on this map where they've struggled to get to 5, so I think getting that 5, getting 6 would do wonders for them. And the CT7 of this map is a little bit easier on them.
I've got to say, looking at Mousesports, and it's been true even before they took their break and focused on this line, even before then, I think going back even a month or more, they've been looking like a team that has an incredible amount of focus on their strategy, executing really well. You saw a sort of a glimpse of it when they were setting up the smokes out here, but I've seen them do it on every map that they play. They seem to have a really heavy emphasis on strategy. And, Godby going back to 1.6 and everything else, that's one of the things he was so well known for, as being an absolutely incredible, tactical mind, really. When at first he came into Global Offensive, I remember there's the initial hype, old legend coming back and everyone was excited, and then there was the immediate sort of counter-reaction and everyone saying, well, he's trash at this game. Why, this is awful, and we're all disappointed. But I feel like we're starting to understand what the theory is behind all of this. It's actually very cool.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. They look great so far in the 7 rounds we've seen, and yesterday they looked fantastic. They were so well prepared, and even going beyond just the actual set strategies that they obviously have ready is, just the things where they're playing more passively in middle, pop flashing back, knowing Virtus.pro is being aggressive in middle. They're handling it all very, very well and working around it.
Well, still a bit of a pause coming up. We always end up talking about, a pause. Who does it affect the most? Is it the team that's leading or the team that's behind? And it's always a tough conversation to have. I guess it's too early anyway. I don't think either team at this point is feeling necessarily bad. I guess it's like pretty evenly split, the morale between the two at the moment. What can Virtus prove? If their aggressive pushes are getting somewhat denied, if Mousesports are ready and waiting, should they keep doing them anyway or do different ones? We haven't seen anyone pushing underpass. There's been no aggressive pushes towards B apps. I don't even think they've done any aggressive pushes in A hallway. So it's not like they're out of options, VP, but should they change it and play more passively, or should they keep going?
I would continue going with it for now. If it keeps going where Mousesports is going to keep being that aggressive on A and taking advantage of it, really exploiting that fact, then you can switch it up. But even when they seem to get caught off guard by it, you've had good players like Bialy, and you've had these individual plays come in where they've been fantastic. And Virtus.pro, they've always played a little bit more of a passive setup at A, where they have one player close up and the rest of them just rotate over very, very quickly to support. So they're obviously very experienced with retaking that bomb site, so I don't think it worries them too much. But they do need to win out some of those battles. Chris J with his op in the halls that round just really annihilated any chance they had at retaking the site.
Yeah, and actually, now that you mentioned the word retake and A bomb site, I feel like A bomb site Mirage is almost unique in the sense that it is, I think, the most retakeable bomb site there is. I'm glad that we see Mousesports try and plan in this position, but it is actually, I think, the only position I can think of that might be open in the sense, because everywhere else you're locked inside the bomb site, and if you get zoned out, if your remaining members on the T side end up in apartments or end up on T slope, which is, I think somehow it's like an instinctive thing when you're playing terror side, the bomb goes down and you end up falling back to these positions because that's what you just think is
provides so much cover.
It provides so much cover and it feels good, you feel defensive, and you think I can still catch people crossing over, but once they get in and they're diffusing sort of inside this box here, so hard to stop them.
Yeah, very tough angle to peek from halls especially.
Yeah, and then the only other option is right here, but then putting the bomb down there is a big risk. But I'm glad Mousesports are doing it. I think it's a big upgrade.
Well, part of that too is it allows. We've seen teams like Titan and I think even seen Fnatic do it a couple times. Is when they get that plant spot, they actually have someone, that player who goes back to that A ramp, just runs all the way around through T spawn, and it's perfect for him.
Yeah. Especially Fnatic, a really cheeky team, you're right.
But that's a good point to make about Mirage in general. You know, it is easy to retake that A bomb site, but it's so crucial that you're good at it. And this is kind of the difference between North American and teams on this map and European teams on this map, is Europeans are so good having that presence in mid, having that mid control, and they can do that because they're so good at retaking the bomb site. If you're not good enough at retaking it, it requires you to put much more, resources, much more players over at that A site instead of focusing on controlling the middle portion of the map.
We're gonna see if VP are gonna go for it. I mean, the other option, if you don't feel comfortable playing the retake, we do actually sometimes see people almost having 3 people present on the map. So generally one person playing here, and then one in shadows somewhere in here. Mm-hmm. That's a pretty strong setup, but that also, removes a lot of the mid control. And the way that Gobby is calling and the way he seems to have a read on the game, I'd be interested to see if VP start adjusting and putting more people on A, if he's going to counter adjust and try and see if he can exploit that mid opening, because there's so much you can do. I mean, I kind of I cut myself off talking about it earlier, but obviously this middle area is like a 3-way crossfire. So, but it also means there's 3 entrances to boost up in window as well. If you have this control as a terrorist side, the CT defense is going to be so hard to control.
Definitely is, and Virtus.pro does some very good stuff with that. Fnatic runs that triple, that 3-pronged pinch on that choke point there very well. But also Virtus.pro, you talk about what adjustments they can make. If this A pressure still goes up, even if they put 2 players in that A site, someone like Pasha, he's very good at peeking in the window and not committing to fights, just getting the information, and that allows his teammates to rotate into a better position for where the attack's coming.
Something else that I've really enjoyed, now the match is paused anyway and we're just doing a lot of theory crafting, something that seems to have gone out of style, but actually that Virtus.pro did for a long time that I really enjoyed was, and I don't know how they did it because it seems like it shouldn't be quite possible, but they would always get a man in through short that would sneak in. I think usually actually Neo somehow would end up going up here, and then he'd stay here while the rest of the team would execute across the map. And it doesn't really matter if they go A or B at that point. As long as Neo is holding up in the ladder room here, he's going to be able to flank either bomb site and be a huge, like almost all rotations on this map between A and B are going to go through this corner here. So as long as he's there waiting, it's a really good position. So I want to see more people play for the ladder room. Right.
Yeah, no, it's beautiful. Cuts off rotations. And same with, sometimes with Snacks. That's part of what he does when he's hiding behind that smoke. At times, Virtus.pro, instead of using him to pinch A, they'll go towards B up catwalk, and he'll be in that connector, able to flank or cut off rotates in much the same way.
Well, maybe we can see a little bit of it because the game should be on post in a second here. A lot of questions marks being put out. Taz losing his patience a little bit. And the game is resumed once again. So Mousesports, they are 3 rounds behind, but they do have pretty decent rifles, including the AWP on Chris.
And this is a huge round for them. They just won that last one, so now it's a chance to string some together.
I'm going to leave the bomb and spawn for a while, so probably just looking for some sort of entry. And VP playing pretty aggressively in the window room with 2 people early on, but Snacks is going to be quickly down here. And Mousesports, I mean, what does this setup tell you early on when they throw that bomb and spawn and wait for it?
It means they're looking for those aggressive plays that Virtus.pro likes to do. So they're spread out across the map. And it's so easy on this map to just get sucked into those, those smoke executes over towards A. But when you do that right from the start, you don't establish map control that allows those pushes up mid to turn into massive flanks, or a push in B turn into a massive flank. So they spread out. They make sure no one's pushing. They throw those pop flashes, make their presence, and now you're seeing them come back towards A, where they can do a little bit more safely of an execute.
Yeah, this time, look at this. Big, heavy defense going on at the A bomb site here by Ali. Looking for an early headshot, and if he gets it, Taz is going to be able to turn around really quick. This can actually be really ugly for Mousesports. They can get funneled in here, so they need an entry frag. Bialy going to get the one. Great flashbang coming up. Actually made up in a team flash from Mousesports, and Taz showing up. Pasha with a double kill, and Tabson Was in the middle somewhere, was maybe supposed to help out once they were in there and got the bomb down. Now he just kind of comes in after the fact and ends up going down. So was that a team flash on Mousesports? I'm not sure if
I don't think so. I believe that was Pasha on a very fast rotate over. He rotated so incredibly quickly, and that's the thing that might have been manageable if it was just Bialy and Taz. I mean, that would have been a tough setup to break, but it's Pasha with his aggressive rotates. He hunts that action out. He seeks for it. He loves that.
Well, it's working for him. He's got 10 kills and is currently top fragging. And also at 4 deaths, so looking quite good at the moment. And that's a bit of a shame for Mousesports. It does reset their economy quite a bit. They still end up buying a couple of grenades to try and see if they could deal with this round. And I mean, one of the earlier eco rounds, they did get the bomb down, and that's a big win if they can. But let's see these grenades over here into the B bomb site. So similar as to the last eco they did. See if they can draw Virtus.pro out. But
and they are.
Oh, wow.
The mass exodus.
That is huge. Just 2 players and the grenades. And everyone from VP rotating out. Bialy still staying inside. He gets the one. He gets the double kill. And now Chris, can he at least get the bomb down? That was the whole plan. But then Bialy stays around for the triple. That is upsetting, isn't it? Because that looked like it was going to work so well. Yeah,
and Bialy just reads it perfectly. He sees all of his teammates rotating out, and that was huge because everyone left. There were 3 players over there, and they just bolted towards B. And Bialy saves the day by luckily just sticking around a little bit longer and cleans all of them up, so that's going to prevent the plant, but it is another buy. They have the money anyways. Well, they are a little light on utilities, not as many, and actually a scout picked up on Chris J. We saw the damage he did with an op, so he's preferring that scoped weapon.
Now, Mousesports must have seen, or must have realized that they were that they rotated so heavily. Is that information that goes into GOBB's sort of internal mind here and just thinking,
saves it for later?
Yeah, they rotate faster than maybe they should.
Absolutely, absolutely. And actually, you talked about the adjustments Virtus.pro make. They have laid off that mid-aggression a little bit these last couple of rounds, put 2 over towards A, and just Pasha spotting for information in the window.
Nico getting flashed, but nothing really coming off it. They did lose GOBB early on, which is obviously not that much fun. Leggy are going to throw smoke, and I'm wondering where this is going to land. It's going to be all the way in towards the connector. That's very, very cool. And bouncing up a step. It's really important it lands up the steps, because otherwise people could just look straight over it. So, yeah, again, Mousesports showing they've done an incredible amount of homework, but they still need to get entry frags. Otherwise, it's not going to help them at all. Pop goes out. 50 seconds left. Taz opening up, trying to see if he can get the kill on Nico here, but Chris comes in with a scout. Point-blank range. Bialy's been the hero of this bomb site for so many rounds now. Gonna get only the 1 kill this time. Snacks turning around. He's got the open hand. 40 seconds and he missed the shot mid-air then. So now it's Neo and Snacks trying to retake against Nico and Tabzin. And I expect a lot from Nico. He's such a strong player, but it's also not that much LAN experience for him. He's going to end up going down to Neo, and so now it's Tabzin. 1v2, and they are going to cross right in front of him here. Great headshot. Snacks is going to steal it away for a triple, and Virtus.pro will save the round. Yeah, beautiful play once again from Snacks, and there's that retake that we talked about. You need to be so good at it at this A site, and Virtus.pro showing some proficiency there. Yeah, and I don't know. I mean, Mousesports were close to making that work. Not quite close enough. They didn't have a lot of time to get into afterplant positions, so that's another thing. They really did sort of end up getting stuck where they were when the bomb went down. Part of that is because Virtus.pro, their rotates, they're so quick on how mobile they want to be when they rotate to support them, and Snacks was there so quickly. Like, the bomb goes down, and he's already at the top of the stairs with an op scoped in when they're coming out of halls, so it's so tough for them to reposition after that. You don't want to give up a kill in that situation, and now Pasha using their own smokes against him. He's going to get pop flash, though, but not quite noticed yet. GOBB finally does. Tech 9 actually turns into a TK, and here comes that B attack. Neo on catwalk's got to hold it down from long range. He's going to throw. That nade might kill the planner, and it is. So the bomb gets prevented for just a little bit longer. Oh, that is huge. VP actually turning this round just a little bit in their own favor, or not in their own favor, but at least preventing the immediate loss there. Team kill, but then the follow-up grenade helping them out. Leggy are going to take down Bialy. Good headshot from Neo, but this should still be a very tough retake for him personally. It's a 1v3 turned into a 1v2, and he ends up going down to Chris. That pop flash that was thrown in the middle for the team kill, it's GOBB running up there. That almost secured him a double kill. Almost. It was unfortunate because Pasha was using that smoke perfectly to kind of push up mid and be aggressive, and then just a flash appears out of nowhere in it, and tough break for the aggression that he wanted to put on. I haven't seen them yet. I've seen them in the past. They like doing it, is dropping out of that window and just going underpass. I mean, yeah. And I haven't quite seen them pull that off. And here's Pasha with a scout taking a battle in middle, but he's just going to fall away from it with the information. Again, Taz, you were pointing this out earlier. He really does enjoy going for those close to the smoke place up by the ramp here. And you saw a little bit of team play as well as Snacks flashes into the middle and Pasha takes the peek. There are all these tiny details that definitely work really well for VP if they can just get the timing down right. Now, Chris actually playing towards the ladder room here for just a moment, but he's got some teammates with him, so it's not exactly the solo ladder play that I was talking about. And now look at this. Feeling very confident. You have to have so much confidence to go over this boost, because if you get shot from the middle, he turns around, you can see the big opening there. So much could go wrong. And then Bialy coming up from behind, and that's the bomb down. Oh, no.
That's brutal. That's absolutely brutal. Another big flank. That's that map control they didn't have, so he's able to push up all the way through the halls. And now they're stuck. They were up on catwalk, and now they've got to come through this window, but not a lot of time left, and they've got to go all the way down the ramp to get the bomb.
40 seconds. The whole VP team is here, and they're controlling it so well. This is really incredible. Bialy's push just making it almost impossible for Mousesports, although Tabson is trying his very best here. Got the Tech 9 out, shooting at every angle that he can find, but ends up going down. And Virtus.pro 9-3. You know, for a moment, let's imagine that they had actually stayed alive at the ramp here. Then the rest of the push from Mousesports, I mean, they've cleared out essentially this whole area without finding anyone. They got a lot of space to actually get in and crunch this bomb site. So I think the theory from Mousesports probably was all right, but they got shut down.
It looked like they wanted to do the boost the Opera onto the box on catwalk, because they wanted to get a pick towards B, and then they had a player in that window room that you were talking about to be able to cut off any kind of rotate towards B and find a couple picks that way before committing to the A site. But it's that aggression, that pushing that Virtus.pro likes to do. They're not slowing it down. They've been pretty much stopped from doing it in middle, so they're finding other ways to do it. And look at Snacks with that MP9.
And they don't have armor. Well, 2 of them do, but the rest don't. So now again, Neo playing the decoy. He's just pretending to be the only one here. Again, if you see Neo playing here, you're not expecting Snacks to be playing this close. And there it is. The MP9 gets the first kill in, but not more than that. And now Neo's going to just flash his way. C-set 75 out. 2 of them are on 15 and 17 health. It's very, very low at this point. And grenades, and Neo to steal a kill at the end as well. Nicely handled around by VP. Very nicely. And Neo and Taz there, they did such a good job of juggling the aggression. Neo making an appearance and then hiding, waiting for the nade to come in from a teammate, peeking again afterwards. So they're just juggling the attention of the Mouz players who are trying to hit that bomb site. And now we see, again, another op in Chris J's hands, and that was very effective. I think they've only been able to do it 1 round, but he got 2 or 3 kills from it, so this could have a big role to play here in this round. And they do need these rounds. I think. Oh, there's the underpass push that you were pointing out earlier. But I think 10-5 is, then Mousesports are still competitive. But if they don't get 5 rounds, then it's a big issue. Yeah, we did kind of put that magic number at 5, and especially you said, they were so effective on this map with the double op setup, and they can't really employ it so much anymore. Not to the same extent, not from what we've seen yet. Snacks coming up through underpass, just sneaking in. Gobby is going to be right there. He's got to be careful he doesn't show his face. And Snacks turning around, and 2 easy meals for him right here. Gobby and Legia going down. And that's twice now, I think, the Mousesports have been caught while they were even just setting up for the rounds. Nico going to get the 1 kill, can't follow up on Pasha. And Tabson and Chris, I'm not sure if there's a way out of this round. No, there's really not much. They're so far apart now, so you're going to see them trying to meet up and trying to work something together, but only 40 seconds left, and it's those sneaky pushes that these players are doing. Taz, Bialy, and Snacks, and they actually spot Pasha, but he wins that battle, so Chris J is going to be all alone. Hasn't even been able to use that AWP he bought yet. That push from Snacks just ruined every plan that they wanted to do. And Pasha playing at the edge of the smoke that Chris himself put down, so nice way to sort of turn the tables on him. And that's Pasha with a triple. It's between him and Snacks fighting for the top currently, 11-3, and we're going to the last round of the first half here. This is Virtus.pro's map pick. They are known as being one of the strongest teams in the world, them and Na'Vi, as the 2 really strong teams. And Mousesports definitely struggling a fair bit here. And now you can tell how much of an impact it had for them to lose that pistol round, that they really were winning. If they'd won that, we could be seeing, 6-8 right now instead, and it would have been a fine first half for Mousesports. Right, or at least, even 5, where we put that number that we want them to have. And I mean, losing that round, it was so wonderfully executed too. So unfortunately, they lost it. Snacks with the op is going to take out Chris J, and that was the only rifle. So now it's just all Tech 9s on these Mousesports players. They're going to be smoked off over at B, and it looks like that's where they want to go to. Yeah, smoke lands in the middle, but Pasha's going to walk into the middle to actually, instead of just being smoked off and getting the information denied, he just walks in and checks it. Says, well, is anyone actually here? He's going to find Legia, and now they should know that there's not that many places left on the map they could really be at here. Jumping out, leg shot from Snax. He repeats for the no-scope. So a little bit bold here, running back into the site with 5-7, and Pasha's going to be there. Nico goes down, and at the end, it's 19 kills for both Snax and Pasha, and 12-3 finish for Virtus.pro. What could Mousesports have done differently? They came really well prepared, and that wasn't enough.
They actually, you know, they took away that mid-aggression that Virtus.pro likes to do, so they took away the main way that Virtus.pro wanted to be aggressive. They just found other ways to do it, pushing the extremities instead of the center, pushing the halls, Snax kind of lurking up the stairwell and the underpass, and there's really not much. Virtus.pro's just, they have so many different ways to play this map and play it the way they like. You said they like to be aggressive on pretty much everything they do. But
it feels like if Virtus.pro had been trying, so the two big rounds, with the one where Snax was pushing up through underpass to get the 2 kills, the other one where Bayali actually sort of snuck around and got the kill on the bomb carrier. Those are the 2 heavy impact rounds where Mousesports were trying to set up. None of these rounds would have maybe worked in... There were other rounds where Mousesports were doing a default setup where they spent a long time, maybe the first 30 seconds, just waiting for VP's aggression. But VP chose the 2 rounds where that wasn't happening to do it, and that's where it worked. So if they had executed those pushes in a different round, maybe would have
they could have punished it.
Yeah.
Right. So sometimes it is just that timing game, and those pushes at those crucial moments, like you talk about, in those big rounds that they really invested a lot and really needed to win. I mean, that just makes you feel so futile in what you're trying to do as a team.
Yeah, it's a bit rough, isn't it? But the result is that Mousesports have to win the pistol round. If they do that, who knows if they can run it all the way back. They might be missing the double up. They still have some very capable players here. It's a lot of armor here on Mousesports, only the HE on Gob. And Virtus, well, it looks like it's going to be the Virtus plow towards the B bomb site. This grenade is really, really well put in here. Perfect. Oh my lord, that's a touchdown grenade. And Gob beat Legia putting in the work. All headshots here at the end. Snax is going to come in looking for a kill, and Chris J will save the day. That was a very, very well put up defense there at B.
Yeah, great grenade, and not only that, but the crossfire they had set up was at the perfect angle in that choke point. So they were both fighting terrorists at the same position, and they were just able to mow that down. So that Virtus plow didn't go anywhere. That nade just stops them cold too, and that blows up in there.
I mean, and that's, you know, it's one of those, I mean, slightly fortunate things as well, because the player with the grenade, I guess, could have been at the ramp instead. I mean, Snow, you could try and grenade ramp if they try and rush that instead, but that was the perfect spot to have someone playing with a nade instead. Chris, trying to snipe away with an MP9.
He had a fantastic MP9 round yesterday on Inferno against Cloud9. He was a beast with it, so I didn't expect much the same out of him here.
Yeah, and they're playing in a nice way here, Mousesports. I think they're playing close enough to middle that they can try and keep an eye on what's happening, but not so close that they easily get rushed down. Maybe, yeah, Legia taking a bit of risk running in here, but still going to be all right. And the Snax gets caught, so not the kill, but they still realize he's there, and that's very important information. Now Legia charging into the middle and kind of negating what I just said, actually exposing himself a lot, and ends up going down. Tabson, a really hard fight there, but ends up coming out on top, and Nico with the headshot on Bayali. Snax, they still know pretty much where he is here, so he's going to try and walk in, try and see if he can surprise them regardless. But it's a 1v3, and they should be able to control the outcome of this round here. He doesn't have any head armor either, and the headshot there from Tabson is going to finish it. I enjoyed that round from Mousesports right up until I saw Legia pushing in here. I think that was a big risk, but
it was. And playing that passively, though, that's also what allowed Snax found that gap, getting boosted in the window, and that was almost very scary. It was lucky that they spotted him right at the last second, and that round could have gone completely horrible for him, but they recovered nicely. Those SMGs doing some work for them. We still have 3 of them, and Nico picks up a Colt. And Gabi, he hasn't bought anything in either of these rounds quite yet.
Just saving for later. He's got 5,000 as well, so I guess he could afford to do it. Virtus.pro, they already experienced the effect of this grenade crossfire here, but it looks like they want to test it once again. Legia going back. Gobi, he's going to throw it right in their faces. There's the pop flash. Oh, it's going to bound in front of them. It doesn't do any damage at all, and he goes down. And Legia, MP7 at this range is not exactly that great, so Virtus.pro found the perfect timing for it here. And now they line up for Chris, and he's going to get the 1 kill in. Nico coming in to help out, and Chris with a double. So it is falling apart here for Virtus.pro. Instead of a great start, they just did not have the weaponry for it. Still, that was almost the worst possible timing for both Mousesports members.
Oh, absolutely was, and that pop flash through just ruined Gabi's day. Not able to get that nade out effectively, but Virtus.pro, they're happy with that plant, definitely, and that's all. They didn't really have any armor investment into the round, so they didn't put too much money into it, and to get a plant out of that situation is wonderful for them.
And a bit of a, the MP7 gets thrown away, which we've seen other teams on, I think mostly in Inferno, they do keep them, even if they know that the terror side is going to have the AKs.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're so effective right now, and you don't have to stop moving with them, so it's usually a great choice, but I think the range of the battles that typically come into play on this map might have something to do with it.
Yeah, bit of a risk. Chris has the AWP, there's none on the terrorist side currently. Pasha gonna open up, and Chris really wants the refrag, you can tell, but coming up from underpass as well. Nico just, oh no, he doesn't. Snax is gonna catch him for the wood panels, and Tabson goes down to Bialy as well. It's Goppy and Chris left. A very, very impressive round from VP, and they're pretty much just all entry frags.
Right, and there's no response. There hasn't been any kind of rebuttal, any reply from any of the Mouz members, so in a 5-on-2, I mean, and Chris J's left in a situation where he purchases an op this round, and much like the terrorist side, he didn't even get to use it, really. Oh, no. He's taken one shot, and now he doesn't get anything if Snack's getting into those sneaky places, sneaky corners, and he catches him off guard. So Godby's feeling very lonely in this ladder room.
He has to at this point. That is hard to deal with. I mean, what do you do when you lose a round like this? Do you just write it off and say, let's not get entry frag next round? Or is there an adjustment you can make to avoid it? I mean, they lost the 2 early kills in the middle, right? Pasha, I think, picked up 1 kill on short, and then they pushed in and they just caught Nico through the wood panels here. So those were the two first frags. Right. So play more passively or play more aggressively?
You know, I'd say play more passively. I think they've got to be a little bit frustrated they were caught off guard by how fast that came out. Knowing Virtus.pro likes to be aggressive, they handled it so well in the first half, and they probably knew something like that was a possibility and to not be prepared for it. But to get your mid-push countered like that, that's so detrimental because going forward, you're going to be really, you're going to want to do that again. And now here we are, Virtus.pro just swinging out, taking that battle. Pasha's going to win it. One player got to underpass, and now Chris J is alone in this fight. 1 MP9 against multiple AK-47s. That's not going to go well. And Virtus.pro transitions, they slow it down with 2 picks, so they slow things down now, and they don't run into any kind of a stack. They don't run into any kind of a crossfire, and they can go from here.
Yeah, and they saw the guy jumping on the pass as well. They knew that he was going to be somewhere behind them. So, I mean, Legia, there's no reason for him to try and push up into middle from the apps because he would have been found out anyway. Snax with a pretty stunning opening headshot there onto Goppy, and Virtus.pro. They look outright terrifying on this T side as well. Tabson has to come up with more than just a miracle at this point here.
Yeah, the flashbang's going to help him out, but not enough. Can't land the shot. Snack swings out and takes him out. Legia with that deagle. Did a little bit, had a nice shot, but he goes down as well. So 6-14, Virtus.pro's up, and this is going to be a really tough buy situation for Mouz. If they choose to do it, they might just choose to save and try to force overtime once they get some weaponry, but this is going to be a really tough decision for them, giving away that map point.
Right, so it looks like they will save it, and then that means they need to win nine rounds in a row and get the overtime. That is a really tall order. Especially
because nothing's really looked promising so far in this half. Only the few gun rounds we've seen has just been Virtus.pro demolishing them. And Legia's got a good read here, pushing into the underpass. He's going to find Snax. Snax seems prepared. Actually, the pop flash is the wrong timing, but Snax is able to find it anyways with a nice spinning headshot.
Yeah, and I think what we just saw is actually the effect of what happens if your sensitivity is very, very low, because I think like you wanted to turn around faster than that, but not going to be quite possible. Professor Chaos or Elige would have been just fine with it.
Yeah, they would have been perfect.
Tabson and Chris 2v4 at the moment, and Bomb is going to go down here. Neo getting tickled by that USPS, but still going to be all right, and we'll get the frag anyway. The aim punch working out so well for him there. And 15-6, the first map, going heavily in favor of Virtus.pro. And it feels weird because, I don't know, Mousesports, as we keep saying, they've looked really well prepared, but VP are outgunning them. They're getting so many entry frags.
Well, you said it too, is those 2 crucial rounds in that first half that really, I mean, even losing pistol round changed the course of how it went. Just the timing of these calls worked out so well for Virtus.pro on those rounds, and it seems like Mouz has lost a little bit of steam despite being well prepared. And you were asking, do they get a little bit more passive or a little bit more aggressive? And they have turned passive. You don't see that aggression out of them. So maybe not feeling too confident in the equipment they have. They have no kit, so actually now they're getting aggressive. They're finding that information once these smoke gets deployed. Legia pushed up in mid. They almost think it's towards A, but the bomb is actually in B. Virtus.pro has sold this perfectly at the moment.
Wow.
It couldn't be any better for him. And Legia's going to come back, and he's going to see him drop out, but he's so far away, and he just gets sprayed down by Snax. Not able to do anything, and Godby's going to feel like he has to be aggressive, has to make a play. Pasha's going to shut it down before getting traded out by Chris J.
Oh, this is not looking good. Neo with the kill as well. Nico and Tabson left. It's a 2v1 now, and Tabson, well, He hasn't got the kit like you pointed out earlier, and even worse still, Bialy is coming up from the window room to take him out, and that will be the victory. 6